A quick disclaimer, everyone. I decided to go outside and record in nature, but unfortunately, I also captured my neighbor running their lawnmower. So if you hear that background sound, thank you ahead for grace. Hello, everyone. I'm here for my investment update, November 2022. My name is Danelle Sanford. I share topics about investments on a small budget. My updates follow my investment portfolio of approximately $5,000. And I'm showing you the benefits of dollar cost averaging and also dividend reinvestment. This is an entertainment channel. I am neither a financial advisor or a financial coach, so please be sure to seek the advice of someone who is a fiduciary who looks out for what is best for the client. Now for my investment balance as of November the 10th, 2022, the investment balance is approximately $3,700. And this is a $400 increase in value since October of 2022, when the account was around $3,300. And there is approximately a $1,600 decrease in value since the beginning of 2022. And that decrease is around a 30% decrease in value. And so here is the approximate balances. The money market account has around a $1 balance, and Citigroup Inc Note 6.67500% coupon has an approximate balance of $1,000, and the cost basis, which is how much money I put into the account, is around $1,400. 21st Century Fox America Inc bond 7.90000 coupon has an approximate balance of $1,100, and the cost basis is $1,700. Fidelity Trend Fund, symbol FTRNX, has a balance of approximately $900, and the cost basis is approximately $1,100. And Fidelity 500 Index Fund, symbol FXAIX, has a balance of approximately $40, and the cost basis is approximately $40. LG Display, symbol LPL, has a balance of approximately $40, and the cost basis is around $55. Nvidia, symbol NVDA, has a balance of approximately $550, and the cost basis is around $850. And in November 2022, the balance for Nvidia was around $400. So let's compare the expense ratios of the current mutual funds I have. And here's a direct quote so you know exactly what an expense ratio is. And this direct quote is from Investopedia. Key takeaways. The expense ratio is a measure of mutual fund operating costs. A measure of operating costs relative to assets. The passive index funds will have a lower expense ratio than actively managed funds or those in less liquid asset classes. Here are a few direct quotes from Investopedia regarding passive and active investment strategies. So it's good to know the difference. Here are some key takeaways. Passive investing broadly refers to buy and hold portfolio strategy for long-term investment horizons with minimal trading in the market. Index investing is perhaps the most common form of passive investing, whereby investors seek to replicate and hold a broad market index or indices. So an example would be the Fidelity 500 Index Fund. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Active management involves making a buy and sell decision about holdings in a portfolio. Passive management is a strategy that aims to equal the returns of an index, and active management seeks returns that exceed the performance of the overall markets to manage risks increase income, or achieve other investment goals such as implementing a sustainable investment approach. So now let's compare the expense ratios of Fidelity 500 Index Fund and Fidelity Trend Fund. According to Fidelity Investments, the gross and net expense ratio for Fidelity 500 Index Fund is 0.015%. According to Fidelity Investments, the gross and net expense ratio for Fidelity Trend Fund is 0.73. So the difference in the expense ratio, it makes sense because Fidelity Trend Fund appears to be more actively traded than Fidelity 500 Index Fund. For example, Fidelity Trend Fund has approximately 110 holdings and 110 issuers as of September the 30th, 2022. So let's look at Fidelity 500 Index. They currently have approximately 506, it is an approximate actually, they have a total of 506 investment holdings and 502 investment issuers as of September the 30th, 2022. So it appears that Fidelity Index Fund is more of a buy and hold mutual fund with some variation in the top 10 holdings. Let's look at the profit to earnings of the current stocks in the investment portfolio. This is referred to as PE ratio. Here is a direct quote from Investopedia about PE ratios. The key takeaway is the price to earnings PE ratio refers to the company's share price to its earnings per share. A high PE ratio could mean it's overvalued or the investors are expecting a high growth rate in the future. So I just think of Nvidia when I think of that definition. Companies that have no earnings or are losing money do not have a PE ratio because there's nothing to put in the denominator. So don't get too excited about a low PE ratio. That could mean the company isn't doing well. Now let's look at the PE ratios at LG Display and Nvidia. On November the 10th, 2022, the PE ratio of LG Display was 30.26 and the PE ratio for Nvidia was 51.64. Now for me, these PE ratios are fairly high, especially Nvidia. So my thinking with Nvidia is they do a lot of innovation and research, and maybe they're expecting a lot of growth in the future. And at some point I was reading that the company was kind of undervalued, but I don't have a direct quote. So keep that in mind and check it yourself. And with LG Display, the only thing I could think of is maybe it's a combination of the supply chain, and maybe they're seeing that they're going to have more growth in the future, because I was reading a while back, I think it was in Zacks, that is considered undervalued. And they thought the PE ratio was pretty good. And so what do you think? You can go ahead and message me on Anchor and let me know if it's okay to use your name or be anonymous. I'll probably just use initials or something. And you can also leave your comments on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. All right, so let's move on to the research I found on LG Display. And remember, LG Display is in my current portfolio. And I found some information on a website called Nikkea Asia, and here is a direct quote. LG Display is the world's largest liquid display panel maker. Its largest shareholder is LG Electronics, and I had tried to research LG Electronics to possibly purchase it, and then I found out it's being traded in Asia, specifically South Korea. So the company LG Display grew rapidly after it formed a joint venture with Dutch company Royal Philips beginning in 1999, and Royal Philips sold all its shares in 2009 to terminate their joint venture, and currently LG Display conducts its own business. So LG Display has 2 production bases in South Korea and 1 in Guangzhou, China. It also sells products to companies outside the group as well as LG Electronics. The company has a reputation for quality, listen to this, as shown by the fact that U.S. tech giant Apple which is known for its stringent technology evaluation, has continued to adopt the company's LCD panels in its iPhone series of smartphones. This is what really I found interesting about this company, and it is a relatively inexpensive stock. And they appear to have a working business relationship with Apple. And so business summary, LG Display Company Ltd engages in the manufacture and sale of thin film transistor and organic lighting emitted diode display OLED products. Its products include television, commercial, monitor, notebook, mobile, auto, and OLED display. The company was founded on February the 28th, 1985, and is headquartered in Seoul, Korea. And I have a big interest in stocks and companies that are based in South Korea because it's Asia and it's close to China, obviously, because it's Asia. So that's why I've been kind of looking and considering South Korean stocks. This has been very interesting. So I'm going to leave you with 7 quick reminders to weather any stock market. 7. Number 1 is avoid trying to time the market. Number 2, have a well-diversified investment portfolio. 3, take advantage of dollar cost averaging. 4, buy low. 5, sell high. 6, try not to check your investment account balance too much. And 7, screen the type of financial news you listen to on a daily basis. But make sure you subscribe to my channel and click the all notifications. So that's going to be it for now. For reference information, go to the description area, and you'll also find some ways to support my platform in the description area. And until next time, enjoy the journey.